you go to public school? You go you homeschool?
Public school, yeah.
Public school. That's really impressive. This is one of the most difficult etudes on the planet. Do you know that? We probably shouldn't tell you. So you don't know.
I feel like Fufale maybe.
Fufale, yeah, that's very, very difficult.
And the next one also.
Yes, that's true. But this has its own challenges. I mean, musically, it's kind of like this set of magical variations, you know.
Yeah.
That's fairly straightforward, but it's just all the delicacy and all of the things you have to do, and yet, and then, you know, you have to dance with your foot.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to talk a little bit about just pedaling because I think you could be more specific with what you're doing, and that becomes very valuable when you're in a concert hall because you get additional pedal in a hall, and so it's important. Also, rest and silence. Every time you go to the B section, da 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 da, da, there's always a space between, and you're very busy thinking about what you play next, and so that rest gets really skinny and almost isn't there. And I think that could be exaggerated in kind of a theatrical way because in a space, I know this hall is not that large, however, it still has an acoustic, and it's a great opportunity, you know, because if you play in an honors recital, you play in some other venue, you know, in a larger hall or a competition or something, you're going to have acoustic, or even a church could have a lot of acoustic. And that space can help you so much. It can help you just energy-wise. I know you have plenty of it, but it can also help just clarify structure and be very, very effective. So I was mostly, I wrote a few things just real lightly, just so I could remember, you know, some of the things I was going to talk about. So, but we'll have time to cover a little bit of everything, I think, because it's not a really long piece. How much Liszt have you played? You enjoy playing Liszt? You played a Hungarian Rhapsody, maybe?
This is my first Liszt.
That's amazing. Ooh, your teacher must be very ambitious. You like the piece?
Yeah.
There are such beautiful things, poetic things, and of course there are a lot of etudes, but there's more. There's lots of wonderful Liszt to play, and you might enjoy a Hungarian Rhapsody at some point. So much variety. And then from the Years of Pilgrimage, I'm just thinking there's some beautiful pieces in there. Anyway, I love your opening. You choose to use some pedal from the very beginning, yes? You don't do it dry. So this is that bell, okay, so it's a constant bell ringing, and it's just, you know, it's always hovering. One thing I could add to just, you know, is thinking about pedaling, but have you thought about layers of sound? Like it's pretty obvious here which voice is the main voice, and yet are you consciously thinking of one being a little more arm weight than the other? So that one is sort of in the foreground and the other one's a little bit behind it?
Yeah, I played the pinky a little lighter than the thumb.
You do, okay. And because you might also consider, if you're using pedal anyway, you could consider, I mean, of course when you're jumping, I have to jump more than you because you've got these big, beautiful hands. But I would think of more resonance on the lower, not the same length. Do you see what I mean? So if you, like this, it's a little hard to, you know, but you're almost thinking like they're a group, and this one's a little longer and that one's a little shorter. You want to try that? Just a little bit. Don't connect all the way. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And then what you can do is right? So that you start start to use that as a shape, and it would be something even just to practice the thumb and do that. But okay, put it together now. And I see someone has marked this already. And then I started writing the pedal. So I don't know who marked this little arrow thing.
That's me.
Okay, well, maybe someone in a lesson told you to do that. This is like a harp or something, a guitar. I mean, it's got that kind of, plucked, or not plucked, but strummed quality. So it's magical, but you need the rhythm. Up, down, up, down, up, and that's your pedal. So up, down, up, down. So, and you could pedal in the third beat so that you have a little resonance in the right hand. That's okay. But see, now I've retaken the pedal, but you've got a rest below in the third. Every third eighth is a rest for the left hand, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try it. Yes. What would you consider? That was beautiful. And you just put a little more focus, a little more intent on some of these details. And what I can hear is that in a concert hall, see, everything gets magnified in there. So you really have to help the listener and show them what you want them to listen for. Whatever you're listening for, whatever you're treasuring is what they're gonna get, So, but I wondered about this, if you might consider this, and you don't have to do it if you don't like it, but if you did, I don't know how you play this, with the left hand maybe? What if you took the pedal off in the second eighth? I mean, it's sort of different, right? Da, ba, ba, ba. Down, down, up. Yes. Yes. Right. Lift it just in the second eighth. So down, up, down, down, up, down. Yes, it's kind of, and that might not be something you do tomorrow because it's a little soon. But if you'd like to add a little extra magic to it, a little something that's different, it's kind of cool. And it's nice actually to have a little pedal on that accent. So I maybe it's not the way everyone interprets, but I've heard quite a lot of pianists do it that way. I really love it. Yeah, and you really have to do the dots. See, how do you strike a bell? It's usually a sideways strike if you're gonna, or the little dinger is inside the bell, okay, like the bell is here, and then it's ringing like this. It's essentially a percussive instrument. And see, our instrument's like that too. It's like a giant bell box in here. So these are kind of struck, and Liszt is taking advantage of the incredible, you have to have a damper. And of course, we know that in the 19th century, the piano was growing. It was growing in power, it was growing in register, growing in the amount of rapidity that the keys could go real quick, and you could do all these amazing magic tricks, So, but anyway, think of it as vertical. For us, that's the way it goes. Yes. Excellent. Yes, excellent. Okay. So now when you start adding now more left hand, this is something I could say for the entire piece. Do a study on your left hand and on how special it is and how it keeps on changing. Because one thing that doesn't really change is these bells hovering up here. It's always ringing, and it's very enchanting. But he's going to vary this so much. He starts just with the total simplicity. Here, I would definitely have a rest, like do the pedal like that. So down, up, down, up, down, up, up. That, and you've marked it, or somebody has, but up, right? And it's up precisely on that eighth. So your pedal is functioning in a rhythmic way. And if you'll do that in the hall and this would be a real opportunity. I think you could add a few pedaling awareness things for tomorrow, and it wouldn't be a new, in some of these, that's maybe a little tricky to add that one, but a lot of this is kind of basic, and it wouldn't, I think it'd be fun to experiment. So would you just go from that spot? You want to go from this, yes. It sounds amazing. It's probably a little scary. It feels more comfortable to just kind of hover on the pedal all the time. But if you can have the courage to do that, it just sounds amazing. It's breathtaking. And in the hall, remember, you're always going to have a little natural pedal. So this is going to make it sparkle even more. And it's such a wonderful thing. And when the foot can learn to just be really rhythmic, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, up, it just, everything's working together like an orchestra. So that was my comment about this section. Now let's go over to this place, whatever those notes are. How much time do you have here? So we're in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a rest here. I think I hear that rest. I'd hear it more if you lift the pedal. But then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should hear that. That should be a big silence, and I'm not sure that I did. Can you? Yes. Did you play that correctly? 1, 2, 3. I don't know what your fingering is, but I just kind of basically did what it has there. 3, 4. You're playing more notes. Here, take a look at that. Let's make sure you clean that one up. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And then I would probably, I don't know, maybe you could let it ring in bar in the 6th beat, but then up for the downbeat. You played extra notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Yeah, you got to make sure you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Could you count out loud? With your playing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Would you promise me that, I know you probably don't have a lot of time to practice, but would you work on that? Because that's the issue, is that you're not really counting in that spot. Muscularly, your body, you're very coordinated, you're very talented. And a lot of places, the counting sort of happens for you because you've got a lot to play, and it makes a lot of sense, and you could probably feel it quite easily. But this place is tricky on purpose. He's throwing everybody, And so you have to know exactly what you're doing. Well, you played extra notes again. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. No, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the bar up at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's your right hand. Is it your left that comes in first?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, because it has the beats. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da 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 dum bum ba da 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 dum bum. 1, 2 ba da da da. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, you're gonna have to work on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, that's 2 8s. So I just think it's this area.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got it. See, that's quite a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would put that really inside of you, the best way to do it is to count out loud. It'll get inside of you if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you become your own conductor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can start creating suspense with that time and do something, you know. So I would just, yeah, you can work on that. What changes here in character? I mean, the texture changes quite a lot, and it gets more virtuosic, and that's for sure. But is it a new key? What key were you in over here?
G sharp minor.
Yes. Do you play your scales?
No.
You don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do theory? Any music theory?
I do theory every year. Yeah.
In a class or?
No, every year I have auditions for in the Midwest, and I have
study
theory.
it on your own?
Yeah, I study.
Okay, so what is the relative major of G sharp minor? Has the same key signature as
A
G sharp.
No. It's minor third up, and B major.
B major. Yeah. Right. So G sharp is 6, scale degree number 6 in the key of B. It's the submedian. So guess what? That's where we are here. Yes. That's tonic. This is dominant. And so that's part of the reason the character changes. Is it maybe more heroic somehow? A little more confident, or I don't know how to say it. This is kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
It stays in a very, ethereal place.
I think it's a little more confident.
Yes.
Just a little.
Yeah, a little more open sounding and optimistic, and kind of, and getting more daring with things, And I think you should enjoy the harmony more. Sometimes I'm not sure if you're really listening to it. So that's a very basic thing, but for that every time, even though you have all the jumps and stuff, but whatever those notes, so that's a focal point. You're showing everybody, hey, we're going to a new place. You can start here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. You see what I mean?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6. Yeah, put an accent on the 4th beat. That's the middle of the bar. Just like you do. That's the downbeat. But right, that kind of thing. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Then keep this even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes. Better. Da, 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 da. Keep going. Yeah. You can make it a little shorter, I think. You don't have to pedal quite so long. So just touches of pedal, yes. That's really fine. And I just feel like you're listening more to the harmony and where it's going.
Mhm.
So that will anchor everything else that's flying around it. So harmony. And so often with Liszt, when we have so much going on physically, to locate what is simple in the structure is the thing that anchors the rest of it, if that makes any sense, and simplifies the rest. So this is good. I was looking for what else I wrote. Lighter bass chords, that's something you wrote. This was the same kind of thing. Needs more space. I'd love to hear this variation here. When you have this that's very tricky. And then here, can you consider a little bit of a breathing, a little bit of expansion right there. Da ya da da ya da da da. Just give yourself a little space. Yes. Yeah. Can you make a more of a crescendo here? There's a crescendo here. If you could just do it. Yes. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Because that's part of the enchantment, is when this thing gathers intensity, it intensifies, and then it makes this it disappears, and then you're gonna wait. It's 2 full 8s and a fermata. 1, 2, da, 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 da. Okay, so this is not a downbeat. This is beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, 6, da, 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 da. It goes that way, but anyway, I would just put a bit of an accent on beat 4, the middle of the bar. Yeah. Yes, better. Definitely better. And I would challenge you to practice counting in here too. 1, 2, da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it's amazing how that clears that up. It's really great. And so here I would again follow harmony. You don't have to pound it, but rely on it. And all this stuff, all of that, just use the key, bouncing back at you, and just do it delicately. You don't have to force anything, because the harmony will carry the thing across. pedal where you have a rest. Yeah, much better, much better. So it's that kind of thing of just so that we have much more, how do I say, definition and profile in the left hand.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be great. And then I would do this thing, you know, this is a lot like what we were doing here. Same thing, right? Do you do that? Do you do up, down? Up, down. Do you do that pedaling? Okay, so that's maybe some layers there to work on. But let me talk about this for a minute, and then we'll go back to the pedal. And I'm not really talking about your fingering so much, but if you would set the fingers like they're like mallets and bounce like this, yes, you're gonna get a much clearer sound, bell-like sound. So just a wrist, yes, perfect. You're doing this all without the score. I've stolen it from you. So now you can think about, see, now when you have this beautiful, very clear bell, you don't want to pedal it, you know, so much. It's so pretty to be like that. I would try that. You want to see it? Good. Yeah, and think of this like a unit, and so it goes, yes, yes, and then with the, right, very set in the fingers, yes, yes, good, yeah, you're a very fast learner, very fast. See how much easier that is than kind of pushing it out. I'm just dropping it in, but the fingers have to be set enough to, F sharp major. We're actually modulating to F sharp, the dominant of B. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll just write a little bit. Set fingers and drop from wrist. Drop, meaning that you don't need the whole arm here. You just need this little bit. You know, we have all these levers. We have the finger, then we have the wrist, then we have the forearm, then we have the whole arm. You know, if we get involved in a Rachmaninoff, like what Nathan was playing the other day, we need all of those. But this is just, that's enough for this. And it's going so fast. Yes. Good. Right. Drop it in. Yeah, drop it in. Yes. Right. The fingers have to
You
get
can
more.
hear it in the quality of tones.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really changes it. So set fingers, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to drop, the fingers have to be focused. Otherwise they'll go. Yeah, but drop it in. That's right. Drop, yes. It's actually easier to play, too.
Mm-hmm.
And drop, wrist, bounce into keys. from above. So you don't touch the key and then push it out. You don't do it this way. You just start from the air and drop it in. Anyway, you can work on that. And then if you can add this wonderful pedal idea, because then you can show it off, see, your wonderful bells. And you can decide how much of this you want to add tomorrow. Sometimes the body will take to a new idea right away. Do you know that about 2 hours before today's recital, I changed a fingering somewhere. I just realized it was in the second punteo, and I just realized, wait, if I took this with my right hand, I think it would be easier. And as soon as I saw that, and I did it very quickly, so I thought, yeah, I can add that today. Well, I was using the score too, so I could watch it. But anyway, sometimes you can make a change very quickly. Other times it's not a good idea, and you have to kind of learn the discernment of that. You know, sometimes you have to say, well, I'm going to live with this until after this performance, and then I'm going to work on changing it. So it just depends. But anyway, I've just penciled in a few of those ideas. I'm only checking my phone because of my husband. I think Dylan, he's not available, but I think he found somebody to connect with Christopher. Dylan knows him as Christopher because they're not in a professional relationship, so he doesn't call him Dr. Williams. But he is Dr. Williams, the boss, just so you know.
Is he also a piano?
No, he's a geologist. He's a coastal and estuarine geologist. And he's quite amazing. He's got a big heart. You'll meet him soon, I'm sure. He'll come to some of the things. So he can just come for a few days because it's a holiday. Yeah. Okay, this really gets tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so tiring, and I don't even know what to tell you. Do you do this fingering?
Yeah.
I'd have to, I don't know how I do that. I mean, when it's smaller, it's great for me. Oh, yeah, you're way up here. Honestly, I would take that first G sharp with my left hand. I might do it everywhere. If it sounds better, I would do it. Not tomorrow. But you see what you could do though? You could do that. You could take this note in your left hand, and you essentially would be playing this. Sorry, I'm in the wrong register. So that all you had to play here you can't. You have to play it all. But that would really give your hand a break. It's just an interesting idea. I'll just put idea. And you can do it some of the time. You don't have to do it all of the time. But you see, my reach is not as big as yours, obviously. And I can reach that, but it's just so uncomfortable that it would slow me down. So I just immediately started looking for something else. And I hear how clear that is. Isn't it in the right place? And then here you'd have to play it. You'd have to play it with your right hand. But it's not as hard here because it's smaller. That's not so hard. You know. Anyway, it's just a thought. But the one thing I did write was if you could be a little more aware, again, it's harmony and clear pedal changes. So in the left hand, that's really important to catch that and clear that. You see, you got to clear each time. Yes. Crescendo as you can do. your left hand can help with that.
Mhm.
It can get more here so that your right isn't having to muscle that out. Yes. And da, da, da. And more left hand. Yeah. It's amazing how that helps. Yes. Good. Now, almost all of the pedal changes were really clear. This one suffered a little bit. That one wasn't quite clear. But that really makes a world of difference because there are just so many notes. It's so dazzling. But if we can't understand what's going on harmonically, then it's kind of hard to get what's going on musically. So that I would just encourage you to think about that. Now, when this is going to start making a crescendo, leave the pedal down a little longer. See, I said crescendo, now use the pedal. I mean, you are using it, but what I mean is leave it down longer. And, you know, because this is so high, you know, this is off the damp, whatever, it's off the dampers anyway. So just, I would use the pedal to make more crescendo. Don't just leave it all to your right hand. Can this be, again, that arrival and the clarity of it? I don't know how to do that. I wish that could be a little more. I realize you have to break it, but you just want, it's a diminished chord here. And we just kind of want, yeah, I understand. But we want that, you want to have all that in your pedal and really hear it. Yeah, it's better. Now, do you roll it like this, 5, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Could you try this fingering instead, 5, 1, 2?
What I'll do is I'll just put it.
I see. Yeah, that would be fine, and bring this in maybe slightly earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever clarifies the harmony would be wonderful. And then now this is super fun to play, isn't it? It's so it's so fun. Use your pedal. Crescendo. Yes, and then you want. Right, and then come down. Magic. Right. This is the first time, I think, he brings this tune down in the register. And it's lower than, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds different to me. You know? Maybe he's isolated it. Put it in the left hand, and it's more prominent somehow, but you have to really listen and voice that more, I think. This is just effect. I know it's really difficult. Really listen to that like it's the thing that matters most. We all get the bell. Sing. All of these places, like we did before, in the middle of the phrase, you can have a little breathing, you know, and then breathing here as well, so that you never really feel like frantic, you know, and I think that really helps. And then this is wonderful. This variation, I think both hands are equally full.
Yeah.
Because they're so far apart. There's no, they don't get in each other's way at all.
And there are a lot of notes.
There's
Yeah.
so many notes, but you focus on the tune.
Yeah.
And let the rest be a color. So it's different weights in the same hand. That. Change pedal. Yeah, here I would take more time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about your fingering. Is there a way? Maybe this. All of this. All three notes. Then I'd shift this down.
I just do all in one hand.
Yeah. Well, for later, but here is one idea just to simplify it, because it sounds a little bit like you're huffing and puffing, and a fingering revision might just take that difficulty out of it. You still have to be disciplined, but 5, 3, 2.
I've tried this one before.
Here. So I did this. Just that, or you can, that'd be fine too. Whatever's more comfortable. That could be 3 groups, but my hand will just go to the other. Or 5, 4, 3, 2. Here you have to play it. But see, then this is in your hand. That makes it easy. Just these 3 notes in the left hand. And then you can choose which fingering you like better. I'm putting in 2 for you. I mean, with arpeggios, sometimes in pieces, and Anshine would do this a lot with us, she would compress the hand. So we weren't actually doing a traditional fingering. We were actually just doing and pulling that arm across. But if you like the feeling of this, by all means do it. You try both, and you listen to the sound, and you listen to your body, and then they're going to help. Your ears and your physique are going to help you decide which one is best. Seriously, that's what I do, is which one sounds better, which one, usually the one that sounds better is the one that feels better, and vice versa. So anyway, this is 4 on 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. Yeah, but just taking it slowly, you suddenly realize, oh my, that would help. I think it would help. So idea again, and it's just this one, just a few notes given to the
Not
left
for
hand.
tomorrow, right?
No, you do, and you never have to do it if you don't want to. But you can erase all that. I didn't write it too loudly, so that would anyway. But it's that's what you're here to learn, and with my students, they learn a lot about fingering, and I never force them to do one fingering. It's not about a single fingering. It's about the process of learning how to do one that works for you. right?
Mhm.
And there are times where I'll give them my fingerings, and they'll use maybe 95% of them, but then they'll tweak it a little bit because their bodies are different.
Mhm.
And I always tell them that. Especially if it's a man with a larger hands or something like that. And I'll say, wow, the process of revising and finding a good fingering is so valuable because
Mhm.
the more you do it, the more confident you get at doing that and taking some dances and doing artistic things, because some fingerings are just purely artistic choices. But anyway, so now look how this is so interesting. He's filled this. He's topped it up so that it's almost overflowing at this point with so much stuff. And so then we don't really even have, whatever he's done here, well, it's, what have we done? It's a cadenza. This is like half the bar and that's the other half or something like that. I don't quite get it, counting wise.
Me neither.
But if you think that this is 5, 6, this has got to be, see, these are the last two 8s. So this is 4, 5, 6. Remember we were putting an accent on 4. That's your rest. 4, da 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 da, da 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 da. 4, 5, da 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 da. So this is 5 and this is 6. So guess what? Your foot gets to go, ba, 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 right?
Mhm.
Ba, 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 ba. And that's how you'll do that. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 1. You gotta feel it with the foot. Yeah, that's it. So now do the arpeggio. That thing. You can stop for a moment. There's a fermata. So just rest there for a second. Yeah. Okay. And now make sure you voice this. Make sure you. Right. And you can take more time. You can take more time. And you can take more time with this little thing. Ba, 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 da, da. Yes, yes. And then finish it. Don't rush forward. Just ya da 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 da. It'll keep you sane. You'll never go crazy. Give yourself some time. Ba da 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 Okay, here I think you need to think strategically about where you're going to use your pedal. And I'm not sure I'm going to solve it all right now, but I think it's too much. I can tell you this. I think it's too much to do this. But you can just already hear it's too much. I would maybe pedal through half of the beat. And then here even less because it's all chromatic and it's getting lower.
Mhm.
So it's just. Actually change it right here, I think, because you've got these C double sharps, which are funky sounding. Oh no, that's not what's funky. It's some of this. I don't know. Da, 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 da. just move that over. I'm sorry. Somebody crossed this out, but honestly, can we try changing the pedal right here? Because that clarifies the harmony. And then obviously you're going to change it again here. So here, you want to get a really clear pedal and then just leave it down and just create a I love your big macho energy here. It's awesome. But can we do? I'm sorry. Oh no, it's right here. Okay. I would leave it down till the third beat. And the other thing is the approach. You're kind of pushing in. I would drop in. Now look, notice that now all of this is engaged. This becomes the mallet. The mallet is all the way from yes. And you don't have to go too high, but just right in here. You get 3 for the price of 1 when you do that. You drop the first time, it's like a triple dribble. Push off. And push off here. So you get a sassy accent. Okay, let's do the correct rhythm now. Yeah, you're so good. You're so good. You're doing this all of a sudden. And I'm the score. Yeah, yes. So I would do, and this is something you could add tomorrow, and it would be good for you anyway, to practice this slowly and make it more about the left hand. I think the Hungarian comes out. The Hungarian temperament, the fire, and I mean, look at this. This becomes a Hungarian dance right here. You know, it's gone totally nuts here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard. But do you do this?
Yeah.
Yes. Make them 2 different weights. So this is heavy. This is light. This is the piano. Heavy, heavy, light. Heavy, light. Heavy, light. Yes. So much easier to play if you're not banging on everything. Yeah, and here you can change. I was actually having you. I wrote that to change your pedal at the this way for each unit, twice a bar. Then when you go up higher, I think I would do longer pedal and just make noise. Go out flat and then push off like this. Push off, yes. Snap the wrist. Snap the wrist. That's right. And catch it with the pedal so you really get a growl. Yeah. So this is vertical. You shake this out of your hand. Shake that down. Then you push this off. Push it. Yes! Yeah. So here, your right hand has to move further, but the left hand does the same thing. So just program the left to remember, just same way. This one has to jump more. Yes. Yes. this maybe piano or something, and then make a crescendo to the last one. Yeah. Whatever you do, try to hit the last one clean. Try to get clean on the left hand. Yes. Because what I'm gonna say is you could leave the pedal down if you clear it and if you've got a clean one. Otherwise, you might have to change it. But okay, so that's all. Yeah, it's really nice. Well done. That's what I do. And then here, top, just pedal and leave it down, just create noise. But then you only do that for a little while, but it's so cool. But this, I would do this pedaling over here. And then when it goes higher, you can afford to just floor the pedal. Then these, yeah, that's like the whole orchestra, doing that. Was this orchestrated? I think it might have been, right?
Might have been, yeah.
Anyway, this was really fun working with you, Lucas. I'm gonna let you go off to dinner, and I'm gonna find out where my